I stand before you not as an expert, but as a concerned citizen, one of the 400,000 people who marched in the streets of New York on Sunday, and the billions of others around the world who want to solve our climate crisis. Every week we're seeing new and undeniable climate events, evidence that accelerated climate change is here right now. Droughts are intensifying, our oceans are acidifying, with methane plumes rising up from the ocean floor. We are seeing extreme weather events and the West Antarctic and Greenland ice sheets melting at unprecedented rates, decades ahead of scientific projections. None of this is rhetoric, and none of it is hysteria. It is fact. The scientific community knows it, industry knows it, governments know it, even the United States military knows it. The chief of the U.S. Navy's Pacific Command, Admiral Samuel Locklear, recently said that climate change is our single greatest security threat. My friends, this body, perhaps more than any other gathering in human history, now faces this difficult but achievable task. You can make history, or you will be vilified by it. To be clear, this is not about just telling people to change their light bulbs or to buy a hybrid car. This disaster has grown beyond the choices that individuals make. This is now about our industries and our governments around the world taking decisive, large-scale action. Now must be our moment for action. We need to put a price tag on carbon emissions and eliminate government subsidies for oil, coal, and gas companies. We need to end the free ride that industrial polluters have been given in the name of a free market economy. They do not deserve our tax dollars. They deserve our scrutiny. For the economy itself will die if our ecosystems collapse.
There are some environmental issues that could have a catastrophic impact on our Mother Nature. One such issue that we face in this generation is the energy crisis. Even though we are gifted with numerous renewable energy sources, we don't have the technology to harness their full potential yet. Fossil fuels, that plays a very important role in today's transportation, are depleted at a very faster rate, which in the near future is likely to be extinct.
Let's make a difference. But how? We have a complex problem. Let's address one of the causes. Butterfly effect is the idea that one small effect could have a large consequences. The flap, E-wagon.
So, let us learn from our senior about how and from what this E-wagon was developed. I believe anything in life worth having comes from patience and hard work. Hello viewers, today we have Sriram from Final Year Mechanical Department here with us to give his experience about the E-wagon. Hello Sriram.
Hi.
So give us an insight about your project.
First of all, I had a great experience in building of E-wagon, and it took about 4 months to complete my electric vehicle, and the cost of the vehicle is about 55,000. Basically, an E-wagon is a 3-wheeler electrically powered vehicle which is used for transportation of goods, loading and unloading in small scale industry and other commercial purpose, and it is powered electrically, hence it is called as E-wagon.
That's great. So give us the specification of E-wagon.
E-wagon is categorized into 3 parts: chassis, transmission and electrical unit.
How would you describe the fabrication of the chassis?
Chassis is a base frame of a vehicle in which the parts of the vehicle are assembled in it. The chassis used here is a ladder type chassis, and it is act as a backbone of the vehicle and it is more rigid than other type of chassis. The cross section used here is 40 into 40 square tube with 2 mm thickness.
So how big is your vehicle?
The length of the vehicle is 1500 mm and the breadth is 750 mm. It is a ratio layout. We did the fabrication work, and the software analysis we did in ANSYS, and the modeling software we used here is Creo. The cost of this chassis layout is 15,000.
So, while talking about the chassis, I would like to hear some information about the transmission unit.
We used here as a chain drive transmission, like back wheel drive. It gives more efficient output than a front wheel drive. Chain drive is used even though it has a less advantage than direct mesh, but still for cost reduction we did use chain drive. Chain drive, the chain from a motor is attached to a sprocket in the shaft. The sprocket is attached by a keyway which is permanently jointed by welding. Near the bearing, we placed an hub, which is a rectangular hub which is designed for a 10-inch Activa wheel. Front part of the vehicle, we placed a Discover front two-wheeler vehicle with a disc brake unit.
How about the transmission cost?
Yeah, the transmission is cost about 14,000.
As you said, it is powered electrically. I would like to know about the electrical unit.
Yeah, the electrical unit is again categorized into three parts. One is motor, battery and control unit. First we look into a motor part. Motor we used here is BLDC motor, that is brushless direct current motor, with a configuration of 48 volt 750 watts. So 750 watts motor is more suitable for us to move a load of around 300 kgs, and motor is placed near the shaft drive and where the chain is connected to the sprocket in the shaft. Next we look into a battery part. Battery part we used here is 12 volt battery which is connected in series, and hence the series connection add up the volts in the battery and it's equal to 48 volts. That's the motor configuration. So we connected the batteries in series and placed below the driver's seat. Next, the control unit. Battery is connected to a control unit and the speed controller is also connected in a control unit. The speed controller consists of an battery indicator where the headlight is placed and other danger light connections also connected to the control unit. After the control unit connection, the connection moves towards the battery. For a speed control, for a required speed we give, the acceleration, the supply of current to the motor is cut off and the speed of the motor is controlled by it.
What kind of battery is used?
Battery used is a lead acid battery, and lead acid battery is a normal car battery, but lithium ion batteries are more efficient than for this. For us, the lead acid battery is cost cutting and it is perfectly suitable for us, so we use lead acid battery. And for more efficiency we can also use more volt batteries and more specification in motors.
So which means for an average speed and for a given amount of weight that the vehicle can carry,
Yeah,
so we have to select the battery according to these.
based on the weight we put in a vehicle and the speed, where the average speed that we go, the battery specification is altered.
As we are in a transition to the electrical era, I think your project will be most welcome.
Definitely. As the consumption of fossil fuels is increasing and it is a non-renewable energy and it also affects the environment, I believe electric vehicle will be a good alternative in future. Government have many policies to make the use of electric vehicle by 2030, and it is mandatory to place an electric charger in every petrol bunk by 2030. Talking about the fuel cost, electric vehicle are more economical and it's cost about 1.1 rupees per kilometer.
Thank you, Sriram, for being here, and I guess we had a great time talking about your e-wagon. I also wish a very best to your future endeavors.
Thanks Sanjay, it's my pleasure to speak about e-wagon, and I also thank the project guide, team members and college management for their support.